Hey guys, welcome back to the channel McNally Money, home of all things stock, investment, and personal finance related. Now for today's video, we're going to be providing an update on one of my favorite companies we cover on the channel, none other than Bitfarms Limited, specifically their September production results and a couple of major catalysts or milestones that were hit in the month. Now before we get into that, please take a second, hit the like button you guys. It's a huge help to myself and the channel. If you're not already subscribed, McNally Money, feel free to do so. And let me know in the comment section below if you're currently holding shares of Bitfarms, what you thought about this recent news, and how you think they stack up to some of the other players in this space. Now with that being said, let's get into today's video. Okay guys, so that's right. Today's video, we're going to be providing a quick little update on Bitfarms Limited, specifically their production results from the month of September, which just came out yesterday. Now, as you can see, this is as of close on September 30th. Bitfarms was up about 1 cent on the session to close out at $1.44 Canadian. So this is the Toronto listing under BITF. Also trades on the NASDAQ in the United States under the same ticker symbol. And based on this close, we're now looking at a market cap sub $300 million. So along with Hut 8, I'm continuing to buy you guys. January 2025 call option contracts are now available, so you're able to get just over 2 years of time on those option contracts. And I'm continuing to buy both shares and call options on both of these companies, as I strongly believe we're going to see a recovery in the price of Bitcoin over the next 24 months. And as a result, we're going to see a strong uptick in both of these fundamentally strong companies, in my opinion, which are focused on crypto and specifically Bitcoin mining in North America, and in the case of Bitfarms, also now in South America with the expansion of their Argentina location. Now, all of that being said, you can see Bitfarms is now flirting with all-time lows, you guys, under $1.50 Canadian. So again, as the saying goes, you want to buy low, sell high, and I think this is a perfect opportunity if you want exposure to Bitcoin and crypto within your portfolio. Now, as mentioned, Bitfarms puts out a monthly production report, which we cover exclusively on this channel. This one came out yesterday, so Monday, October 3rd, covering the month of September 2022. And there's a number of key milestones that were hit in the month of September from the team at Bitfarms. We've touched on a few of these in previous videos. Number one, though, you guys, you can actually see they achieved that milestone of 4.2 exahash per second, which is absolutely phenomenal and really a vote of confidence in terms of the management team and their ability to hit these goals or milestones on time and on budget. Now, in addition to that, they've now mined 3,733 Bitcoin in the first 9 months of this year, which is exceeding their full year 2021 production. So continuing to expand that hash rate and in turn their mining potential. And as I just alluded to, they've now initiated production at the first of 2 warehouses in Argentina, which is going to significantly expand their capacity and hash rate over the next few quarters. Now, if we continue to scroll down through the article, you can see a comment from the COO, Jeff Morphy, accomplishing a significant milestone in early September. We initiated production at Rio Cuarto, Argentina, with the first 10 megawatt module being in place and coming online. And we actually covered that in a previous update a couple of weeks ago. As of September 30th, we've installed 1,751 miners at this location and have 3,000 miners pending at Argentina Customs, slotted to be added to production throughout Q4 of this year. During the month, we also began construction at the second 50 megawatt warehouse in Rio Cuarto, which is on target to be completed during Q2 of next year. Now, based on the addition of this new facility, they've now reached that 4.2 exahash per second milestone. And as Ben Ganong goes on to say, who's actually the chief mining officer of Bitfarms, during September, they mined 481 Bitcoin, which resulted in an average of 16 Bitcoin per day, and exited the month at 17 Bitcoin per day in terms of their run rate or total capacity. Now, one thing that's interesting here, you'll actually see their month-over-month production dropped compared to the month of August, and they actually cite a couple of reasons for that. So number one, network difficulty increased by up to 13% in some situations. There was fewer days in the month. And if you scroll down a little bit further, you can also see that they had a partial outage at one of their locations. And that's actually cited in this bullet point here. So overall, you guys, production was down slightly compared to the month of August. But if you look year over year, we're up 57% compared to September of 2021. And things are definitely moving in the right direction for the team at Bitfarms. Now, in terms of the actual dollar figures here, you can see 16 Bitcoin per day works out to about $310,000 US per day, or approximately $9.3 million US for the month, based on the current Bitcoin price of 19,400 US. We're actually going to look at their input costs in a second here, so keep that number in mind, you guys. They then go on to give additional updates on both their Argentina location, which we just discussed, and their Sherbrooke, Quebec location, which continues their development again on schedule. So as a reminder, they're expanding their Garlock farm by nearly 1,800 square feet. 6 megawatts is expected to be energized in October, and the full 18 megawatts by the end of this year. Phase 3 of the bunker is progressing and planned, with the remaining 12 megawatts of the farm expected to be online by the end of 2022. And overall, their Sherbrooke facility, based on the retirement of their Della Point farm, will consist of 3 farm locations, all of which are in close proximity to one another and are scheduled to have a combined 96 megawatts of operational capacity by year end. And this is a nice little chart showing the monthly Bitcoin production rate. You can see that drop from the month of August going into September compared to last year. And then another thing I wanted to note here, you guys, Bitfarms continues to sell Bitcoin throughout the month. So they're almost taking the operating model of an oil company, for example, where they're mining and selling within the same month. They sold 544 Bitcoin during the month of September. So actually more than they brought in or mined in the same period, generating proceeds of about $10.7 million. This continued to help them deleverage the company's balance sheet by making principal payments or paydowns totaling about $3.8 million in the month of September alone, and about $26.8 million for the third quarter as a whole. And that's actually allowed them to now retire 3 of their higher interest rate equipment loans and get that off their books. Now, based on the sale of those 544 Bitcoin, the company now has a total reserve of 2,065 Bitcoin in custody, which represents a total value of about $40 million US, again, based on that current Bitcoin price, just shy of $19,500. And the month of October is super exciting for Bitfarms because they've got a number of events planned. You can see here on the 11th, 19th, 20th, and 25th, which should bring increased awareness and investor attention to this company. So with all that being said, a very exciting and active month from the team at Bitfarms, another major milestone hit by the organization. They're continuing to mine more and more Bitcoin, and they're selling off a portion of their reserve to really deleverage their balance sheet and help the company continue to grow. Now, if we jump over to the company website, the number I wanted to leave you with here is actually this cost per Bitcoin, which I referenced a little bit earlier. So you can see, although the price of Bitcoin is depressed right now, and they're actually getting under $20,000 US per coin, the input cost for Bitfarms, because of a lot of these long-term power agreements and these very efficient mining locations, is actually sub $10,000. So with an input cost of $9,900 US and an average sale price of $19,400, the company is still generating or profiting about $9,500 US per Bitcoin, which equates to about $152,000 US worth of profit each and every day based on their current run rate of 16 Bitcoin. So despite the low price we've seen in the crypto market and in Bitcoin specifically, the company is still generating nearly 100% profit on their activity, which is phenomenal. And again, really allows them to push forward their agenda and growth plans despite the bear market we've seen in crypto overall. So a very different approach than what we see with the team from Hut 8, which is sticking to that hold on for dear life strategy in the hopes that we see a swift and speedy recovery in the price of crypto. Bitfarms is really going about it in quite a unique way and really following an oil and gas type of business model. So again, time will tell which of these strategies proves to be the most effective. But for me personally, I like each of these companies. I think by investing in both of them, I'm really diversifying and spreading out my risk. And I'll continue to provide updates on both Bitfarms and Hut 8 as the months continue to progress here and these companies continue to grow and push forward their own agendas. Now, with that being said, I'd be super curious to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. What did you think about the milestones from Bitfarms this month, their mine and sell strategy, and how do you think they compare to some of the other players in this space? If you're still watching the video at this point, hopefully you found some value, so please make sure you hit the like button. And if you're not currently subscribed to the channel, McNally Money, feel free to do so. That's all for now. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.